Coming up on this week's newscast, a local legend makes history as the South Side celebrates the election of Pope Leo XIV. A brand new club makes its debut before the school year ends, and the baseball team hits its stride with a winning streak. All this and more on this week's episode. Get ready because BNN starts now. On Thursday, May 7th, history was made when white smoke rose from the Vatican, signaling the election of a new pope, and this time the honor hits close to home. The world watched as Robert Prevost, a native of Dalton, Illinois, was named Pope Leo XIV, making him the first American pope in nearly 2,000 years. Dalton sits just 7 miles from Bishop Knoll, and the announcement sent shockwaves through the local community. Students and staff tuned in live to witness the historic moment. Here with more on what this milestone means to our school and beyond is Xavier Scotto.
On Easter Monday, April 25th, 2025, the Vatican announced the death of Pope Francis following complications from a recent battle with double pneumonia and other lung-related issues. He served as Pope for just over 12 years. At Bishop Knoll, students and staff honor the life of Pope Francis with a moment of silence during morning prayer and a campus-wide reflection of his legacy. Pope Francis was best well known for his mass concern of the poor and the disabled, being known as the People's Pope, often extending to communities outside of Catholicism to spread his word and love. Just under 2 weeks later, on May 7th, the College of Cardinals gathered in the Vatican City for the Papal Conclave, the solemn and secret process of electing a new pope. After several rounds of voting, white smoke billowed from the Sistine Chapel, signaling the decision has been made. In a historic and undocumented announcement, Cardinal Robert Prevost, a native of Dalton, Illinois, was elected as Pope Leo XIV, the first American pope to hold the position in nearly 2,000 years of papal history. The Bishop Knoll community watched the live stream in stunned silence as a name so close to home echoed across St. Peter's Square.
So the importance of the name that the popes choose is quite important because it kind of signifies the tradition that the pope is trying to continue and the legacy the pope is trying to continue. So for example, if we had a Francis II, we know that this is going to be an exact continuation of the Francis papacy and that he's kind of going down the same themes. In a similar way, a John Paul III or Benedict XVII would have been similar to the previous popes. This Leo XIV, however, there's been 13 Leos before him, but the very latest Leo before this was Leo XIII, and he was essential in really being one of the greatest teaching papacies in a long time.
For the United States, this marks a significant moment of representation on the global Catholic stage.
I think it's huge because I never, in my lifetime, I even said it to all my students, don't even think that there's going to be a Catholic Pope. And then when they announced it and my sophomore theology class said it's an American, I thought they were lying again, but no. So this is revolutionary, a world power also having a Pope. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but it's going to be something.
But for Chicagoland, and especially the South Side, it's a moment of pride, unity, and spiritual affirmation. One of our own has risen to lead more than 1 billion Catholics around the world.
What this means is basically it's really cool that he's from Dalton because Dalton is a really small town and it's so absorbed by Chicago that you rarely ever see it. And as someone who's non-Catholic, I thought it was really cool to be able to see the first pope. You see my first time seeing somebody become pope. And then for him to be from the same area that I'm from was also really cool. And I really like how Catholics are really devoted to seeing it and their celebrations and how much they like it and things like that.
Well, it's pretty cool. At first, when they actually initiated him as the Pope, he was a Cub fan. But his brother made sure to let everyone know that he was a White Sox fan. And it's funny, too, because, the Cub fans are already making shirts about, the Pope being associated with the Cubs. But, it gives us some hope. Maybe the Pope can pray for us. I mean, we need the prayers from the Pope in order to win games, I guess.
More than a week later, Chicagoland is still buzzing with headlines, hashtags, and hilarious memes. Let's take a look at some of the best reactions making their rounds on social media. Back on campus, the newly formed Japan Club hosted its first official meeting last month and is gaining momentum. The club plans to continue meeting every Friday and is welcoming new members. Sergio Franco Ramirez has a story on what this new group is all about and how you can get involved.
On April 25th, Japan Club hosted their first meeting in which they made origami and participated in calligraphy. Students were working hands-on in both activities, experiencing Japanese culture. Students enjoyed this and were brought together through it.
Come to Japan Club, see people with similar interests, right? Have fun, learn new things. That's like the atmosphere we're aiming for. So, just have fun there.
The club was started from the huge turnout of Bishop No's trip to Japan. Inspired by this huge interest in Japanese culture, Noah Han and his mother, who is from Japan, took it upon themselves to create a club for students who were interested in the culture.
So last year when we had the Japan trip, that's when it all kind of started. So there was huge interest, for Japanese culture, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to keep this going. Actually, it was my mom who wanted to start this. She was thinking, maybe it would be fun to keep teaching Japanese, keep showing off the culture. So I was like, yeah. I reached out to Mr. Gleason. So now we've got a cool club where
The Japan Club is planning even more exciting activities for students interested in joining. Upcoming events include watching Japanese shows together and enjoying traditional snacks. With strong student interest, the club aims to build a sense of community and connection through shared cultural experiences. The club will continue to meet on Friday.
I'm more excited to learn different words, like how you pronounce things, because right now I'm in Chinese and they have same characters but different ways of how to say the words.
I'm Julia Hopkins. In the sports news, the softball team faced tough competition earlier this week. Following in back-to-back games against Ileana Christian, they'll look to bounce back with a home game this Monday as they take on Hammond Central. The baseball team also hit a bump in the road, seeing their impressive 8-game winning streak come to an end with consecutive losses to the Ileana Christian Vikings on Monday and Tuesday. But spirits remained high last night at Dowling Park, where the team celebrated senior night with the matchup against Bowman Academy. Here's a closer look at the seniors' journey and how far they've come is Ashton Orozco.
In the midst of a long season, these two seniors are on the home stretch of their final year in high school, with just over a month left in not only their baseball season, but their high school career as a whole. Gavin Knight and Caleb Carter are grateful for the memories and lessons that playing baseball for the past 4 years have taught them.
I would say the most important lesson I learned throughout sports is that, if you want to work for something or you want something just in general, you have to be the person to go get it. I mean, yes, you could have people telling you, oh, do this, do that, whatever, but at the end of the day, if you don't put in the effort for it, you're not going to get it.
As high school comes to a close, personal growth can be reflected from when they started high school just 4 years ago. They can look back and reflect on all the memories that were made, whether in school or on the field.
I feel like coming in freshman year, I really didn't know where I was standing or where I was going to fit in, let alone if I was going to make friends, but that all turned up by my senior year. Now I'm coming in as a captain, showing or bringing a better aspect of the game to these young kids and these young freshmen today that hopefully continues on throughout while I'm gone.
Both being leaders on the 2025 baseball team, they each have aspirations of bringing a 28th sectional championship to Bishop Knoll. Yet both of these seniors are looking forward to life after high school and being able to pursue their dream lives.
My plans after high school are currently to go play football at University of St. Francis in Joliet.
That being said, I will be attending school to go study criminal justice and possibly look at a master's in the next few years.
With the end of the school year quickly approaching, it's time to test our seniors and see if they are ready to graduate. Let's get started.
What is known as the powerhouse of the cell?
Oh, mitochondria.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
Mitochondria.
Of the cell.
Ain't it like nucleus or something like that?
What is known as the powerhouse of the cell?
Mitochondria.
What is known as the powerhouse of the cell?
The mitochondria.
Who did the United States fight in the Civil War? France.
Dude.
Who did the United States fight in the Civil War?
Russia.
Oh my God!
Who did the United States fight in the Civil War?
Bro, we're gonna go with Germany. I don't know.
Who did the United States fight in the Civil War?
The South.
Who did the United States fight in the Civil War?
The British. No. Oh.
Who was the 16th President of the United States?
Abraham Lincoln.
Who was the 16th President of the United States?
Hey, Nitro is Washington. That's like first. Nitro is Washington.
Bruh.
That's like first. Abraham Lincoln.
Bro.
Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah. Who was the 16th President of the United States?
JFK.
Who was the 16th President of the United States?
I don't know. Don't ask me this. I don't know. I don't. This.
Who was the 16th President of the United States?
Abraham Lincoln.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Da Vinci. Da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Van Gogh. Van Gogh. I don't know.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Van Gogh.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Van Gogh? No.
No.
Picasso.
As you can see, the senioritis has kicked in for some more than others. Let's hit the books for this last month of school.
Hello, BNI. Welcome to What's in Your Locker. I'm your host, John Jarrett, and I'm here with
Ezekiel Zuckley.
So Zeke.
My locker, 1126. All right. And we've got a whole bunch of things. We've got some athletic tape in case I get injured walking around the hallway. I've got a whole bunch of napkins.
Got to stay clean out here, man.
Transformer.
Roll out. Roll out.
We got some sunflower seeds in case I ever get hungry, which is often. Hold on. An old detention form. A whole bunch of notebooks, some folders, just some random papers. A whole bunch of football recruiting stuff, and a textbook that I haven't opened. Oh, and the pride and joy.
Show the people, man. Show the people.
Artiega business cards. Buy one, get one free. Now.
Do it.
And then we have motivational signs.
No
Español.
No estoy durmiendo. Solo están.
Descansado mis ojos.
What does that mean, Mr.
It means
Huckley?
I am not asleep. I'm only resting my eyes. Then we've got canned chicken when I get hungry for lunch.
Do you cook it yourself?
No, it's already cooked. And then we have a whole bunch of in a Jet Puff marshmallow bag.
Are those where I think they are, brother?
They're all Gleason Bucks. Pure profit. And then
Bro's got racks on racks on racks.
and we have a dry erase board. That was a gift from someone that I will open on graduation day. And that's about it.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Zuckley.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
It's like different on there. I feel like.
And today's news, the Pope.
Wait, can you scroll down a little bit?
We're also having a Pope. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but it's going to be something.
Oh, never mind. I read it wrong.
They spell
For real? I don't know how to like.
Wait, can you redo that?